Hello everyone, trust you are doing good today. In today's video I'm going to be explaining the principles of tangency in detail. There are three of such principles. So the first one is if we are to draw an arc to a straight line. Okay, if we are to draw an arc to a straight line. If I have to draw an arc to a straight line, you add up, okay, to get the tangent. Okay, we add up to get the tangent. If we have, for example, we have a straight line, okay, meeting a point this way, okay, this point here with this radius of tangent or the arc, and we have the radius of this circle as well. If we are to draw this tangent, all we are just simply going to say, for this tangent to be picking this straight line and meeting this arc here or this circle of this particular radius, we are going to say r plus the capital R plus the small r. Now let's look at a case here. In a case where we have a circle of radius 25, diameter 50. We have this circle this way, okay, and okay, with this center, and having this straight line at the base here, okay. So here, if we have the radius of this circle here to be 25, okay, then we have the radius of this arc here to be 50, and we have the length of this line here to be 70. Okay, so let me take 70 from the center of this circle. Okay, so you have 70. So if I call this A and this part B. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, the radius of this circle, which is 25, I'm going to be adding it up. So I will say, so all I'm going to say is 25 plus 50, so it's going to give me 70. Okay, I know that's going to give me 75. Okay, so let's see that now. So I'm going to measure 75 here, this 75, okay. So I will need to at the center here, the center of the circle, I will produce this arc. I can say this arc here, and the radius of the arc, is 50. The radius of the arc is 50, which I'll pick this way, okay, and put at this point A the length of the line, okay, which is 50. Okay, so I'm going to use this 50 now to draw this arc here. So I'm going to put it here now at this point of intersection of those arc now, okay, so which is going to produce this way. Okay, let me see. It's like the 50 has, okay, it has shifted. Okay, so it must not shift. Okay, so it has to be 50. Okay, what I use, let me do this again so we can see that. So this arc here, this is the point which I'm going to need, I'm going to place here, okay, which will produce this to this particular point here. Okay, so I will just take it out now. All right, so which is giving us All right, so which is this particular view. If we are to draw tangent to a straight line, so this is the first principle of tangency that we need to know. Is this. The second principle is this. The second principle, okay, when this is the second one, when two arcs are moving away from each other. So when two arcs are moving away from each other, for illustration, if we have let's say this is the first illustration, illustration 1. Okay, if you have this arc like this, and we have another arc which come this way, this with radius 1, and this with radius 2. Now these two arcs are moving away from each other. Okay, you can say going away from each other. So you add the radii, to get the tangent. Okay, so we are going to be adding the radii. We will say radius 1 plus radius 2, which is going to give us the tangent. Okay, so when they are moving away from each other, know that we are going to do, we are going to add the radii. That is what the second principle says. Now let's look at another illustration here. Illustration 2. If you have two circles like this, okay, two circles like this, okay, it can be equal circles or unequal circles. So if they have tangent this way, and you have another one this way, okay, so you can see this tangent here. This is the, let's call this radius 1, this is radius 2. Okay, this tangent here, let's call it R1, then this, let's say, is R2. Now you can see these two now. Okay, these two, as we have it here now. So this arc here, they are moving away from each other. Okay, and also here it's moving away from this arc here. Okay, so what we are going to be doing, we are going to be bringing them together. Like jokingly I say that when they are moving away from each other, try to see how you can bring them back, okay, by adding. That is a funny way to explain it anyway. So we say this radius R1 plus this radius R1, okay, will give us tangent is equals to, oh sorry, this R1, this R, yeah, this R1 here plus this R1, okay, small letter R. So it's going to give us tangent to circle R1. Then this R2, okay, this R2 plus capital R1, so tangent, so that is tangent to circle R1 at both the left and right. So we say both left and right, both the left and right. That is for the top. Okay, this is for the top arc. Okay, for this top arc now. So that is how we get it. And of course, when we are to draw the arc, we draw the arc at the top. That's why I call it was the top arc. So later we can now draw this. Then for the bottom arc, okay, so what we do, bottom arcs, so this top arcs, bottom arcs, so we say R1 plus R2, okay, which equals to the tangent. That is going to be tangent of circle R1, okay, tangent of circle R1. For then we have this R2 plus small r2 plus r2 here, which will be tangent of circle R2. So this will be, okay, this is tangent of circle R2 here. Okay, tangent of circle R2 here. Both, this will be for both left and both left and right. Okay, that is both at this side. So if I'm to do this bottom arc now, okay, if I'm to do this bottom arc now, so I will just say this radius here, okay, I will add it with what, with this radius here, R2, R1 plus R2, which is going to give me tangent of circle R1, so which is going to be drawn, the arcs or intersection of the arcs will be drawn at the bottom here, which we are now going to use to draw this arc. I hope you get that. So that is for the second illustration for the second principle. Now we go to the third principle now. Now for the third principle now, what third principle is all about is this: when two arcs are moving, when they are moving towards each other, okay, when they are moving towards each other, we say when they are embracing each other, okay, what do? You subtract. So in a funny way of explaining it, that is, you try to separate them, move them away from each other, like I said earlier now. Okay, so first illustration, let's look at this illustration 1. Okay, if we have an arc this way, okay, of radius 1, okay, and we have another arc that is coming this way, meeting this at this point here, maybe we say this is R2. You can see this arc and this one, they meet, they are hugging each other. So what we do here is to separate. We say R1 minus R2. Okay, let's look at another illustration now, which we explain that very well. So illustration 2 here. Okay, if you have two circles, you have these circles and another circle which can have the same center or may not have the same or have different center, okay, and you have an arc. Both circles can be equal or unequal. Then if you have an arc coming this way, hugging this circle, as you can see here, then you have another one at this base like this, hugging it like this. Okay, you see this scenario now. Okay, now with, let's say this is the radius 1 for the first circle, this is radius 2 for the second circle. If you have this first arc here, arc radius as R1, capital R1, we have this arc radius as capital R2. So in this case now, what do? We treat them one by one. So for this part here now, what we are going to be doing, like the third principle is saying, this arc is embracing this circle at this point now. Now to get for this point now, we are going to needle at this center, then with what radius? So what we are going to be doing now, we'll say this radius 1, okay, minus the radius of this circle R1 here. I hope you get that now, minus the circle of this radius, so which is going to give us tangent of circle R1. Okay, then where do we draw the arc? Okay, you need to know that you can see the direction of this arc this way, so we are going to draw the arc below, that is the this R1 minus this arc, small R1. Okay, whatever we arrive at, I will needle on this R1, okay, produce my arc down this way. I hope you get that now. Now to know the arc you are going to use to intersect it will be for this one, so it's going to be R1, okay, minus R2, okay, the radius of this arc, capital R, minus the radius of the circle, okay, which will give tangent of circle R2, okay, which you needle at the center of the second circle. Okay, then you draw your arc with your compass. Okay, you draw your arc with your compass, then you are going to put it at the point of intersection. You put it at the point of intersection with radius R1, which is going to be used to draw this arc like this. Okay, I hope you get that now. The same thing is applicable to this bottom arc as well. Okay, so what do we do here? Now to draw this, we are going to be drawing the arc above. You can see the direction of this arc. Okay, it's going to come like this. So it means that I'm going to do same here. I will say R2 now, okay, minus R1, okay, which is going to give me tangent of circle R1. Okay, so I will say R2, this radius of this tangent, minus R1 now. Okay, I will needle on R1, the center of R1, okay, which I will draw the arc above. This one is drawn below, like I said earlier, so I will draw this arc. Then to know the arc that will intersect it, I will say this R2 minus R2, which will give us the tangent of circle R2. Okay, this R2, which I will use, okay, to intercept that. Okay, then the point of intersection, I will note that place with this radius R2, the radius given to us. I will use it to produce this arc. Okay, you can look at my various video that I've made on diagram, okay, applying principle of tangency, and see, and applying these principles and see what I have there, how I have done that. Now a situation may warrant us applying both principles. Okay, even the three principles can be applied in a single figure, or two of the principle. Okay, if we have a situation where we need to apply both principles, that's principle 1 or principle 2. So if we have an illustration, now let's look at this illustration 1. You have a circle this way. Okay, you have another circle like this. Okay, then you have an arc that goes this way like this. Okay, you can see this arc here is trying to embrace this circle here and is going off this way. Okay, so we have this radius 1, then this side radius 2. Okay, then the radius of the tangent there. All right, so at this point now you can see this tangent is what moving away from the circle. It's not embracing it. Like if you are to use this my explanation, I say we are going to bring it together. Okay, that means I'm going to be saying at this point here, I will say R plus small r, okay, R1, okay, R plus small R1 in this way for this side. Then at this point here is embracing, we are what trying to separate them, so we'll say this R minus R2. I hope you get that at this point here, to get the tangent at this point. Now let's look at another illustration. Okay, let's look at another illustration. If we have illustration 2, okay, then we have a case of two circles like this. Okay, we have one coming like this, maybe we have one like this. Okay, then we have one going this way, okay, to form something like this. I hope you can see this. Now if you say this is R1, this is R2, then with this center R1, radius R2. Okay, this is a situation where we have both principles 2 and 3. At this point now you can see the arc moving away like this from the circle there. Now like I said, if you have to apply the principle here, what is just going to be here at this point is moving away. We try to what bring them together. So we are going to say this R1, okay, I hope you can follow, applying the same principle, needle at this point plus small R1. Okay, the value we are giving for this radius and the radius of this circle, we add it together, okay, which will give us tangent for this R1. So where are you going to draw the arc? Is it up or below? You can see the direction of this arc, so that tells us that we are going to draw it at the top, because this is the way the direction of the arc will go. So whatever I get by adding R1 plus R2, needle at this point, draw that at the top here. Okay, now to know the arc you will use to intercept it, So I have R1, this R1 plus this small R2, okay, for the tangent over there. This R1 plus R2, which I will needle on the center of the circle R2, okay, to draw the intersecting arc. Then I will measure the radius of this arc here now, which I will needle on the point of intersection to draw this. Okay, the same thing is applicable. Okay, it's a different case altogether at the bottom here, because this is embracing. So as it's embracing, I will separate. So I will just say R2 here, okay, minus R1. Okay, if I say R2 minus R1, okay, whatever value we get, where do I do that? I will draw that at the top as well, because you can see this direction of the arc for both tangent. Okay, so you get that. Now to draw for the, I will needle at this point here, okay, to draw the arc. Then at this point now we say R2 as well minus small R2, okay, which I will needle at this point here, then to draw the intersecting arc. Then I will needle at the point of intersection of the arc to produce these parts here. Now in my next video, I'm going to be applying this principle to draw some figures like the one you have on your screen. Now I'm going to be doing this, okay, and I'm going to be doing this other one as well, where we are going to be applying both principle, and you will see the application then. All right, thank you very much for staying tuned. God bless you. See you in my next video. Please watch out for this application of this principle of tangency, using it to draw the figure you have on your screen. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Okay, see you in my next video. Thank you very much.